right before I'm coming down to the beach, they have this Manele small boat harbor down to the left here. And I will just go down and see how it looks like. And then after that, we follow this road here and go all the way down to the beach. Sounds like a good plan, right? The Four Seasons resort is behind that boat, right? You might be able to see the roof way up in the background there. But what I'm trying to do here is just to take a look at the little harbor they have here, the small boat harbor. And it's right behind the camera here. So let's go down and check it out. It's definitely a secluded harbor. I mean, you can have a tsunami coming in and it will not really affect this place. So right now we have the ocean in the background. Not what you see, but behind the camera here. And this is just a little bay that is so perfect for small boats, right? Wow, take a look at this. And there is a boat leaving right now. That's kind of cool. Maybe they go out for a little fishing trip. Maybe whale watching. I mean, who knows? And you have the ramp here in case you have a boat, you can dump it into the water here. And the open ocean is out here. Let's see if we can come maybe closer. Wow, yeah. This is pretty neat actually. Crystal clear water. High sea cliffs, a really small harbor. What do we have here? 12 boats, something like that. It's really cute. So I guess if people are you know, taking this sailboat and they come here, they probably end up right here. Then they go and have lunch at the Four Seasons Hotel up there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just guessing. And forget about the alcohol. I mean, that is not allowed here, okay? As you can see on the sign here. They will come and bust you. They actually have police here on this island. They do. I saw the police station. It's right next to the Dole Park. It's so perfect. No wind at all, right here at least. Maybe down by the beach. So I shouldn't say too much, right? But here is just perfect. In the background you see the Four Seasons Resort here. And the beach park up here is the Hulopoe Park and Beach. You know, they have the usual stuff. They have some canoes, some beach, you know, furnitures under the white umbrellas up there. You have some people out in the bay here. It's really a nice area though. And my plan is to kind of go out there. I think there is a trail out to the tip there. So that is my mission, to hike out and check it out. And you can actually do some swimming here today. Definitely, I see a couple of people out there snorkeling or swimming. So it's really cool. By the way, the park up here also has plenty of these tables where you can actually sit down and eat your snack here. So it's really a nice, relaxed and also extremely protected area. because the wind can barely come here, right? It's just another secluded bay on the southern side of Lanai. This beach here is just great. I mean, look at it. It's very, very cool. At least today. I'm not sure if the weather can be more crazy here, but it's just a sunny, beautiful place. And the sand is white and very nice. And when you have low tide, you probably have a lot of people walking here looking for, you know, crabs, fish, small stuff. I already see stuff from up here. So maybe kids will have a fun time if they go down here. But my plan is to start walking on this trail here. So let's do it. They actually built some stairs that go down to these tide pools here. That is kind of neat. And we actually have people down there playing around in the water, which is nice. You can probably walk up here, a quarter of a mile, something like that. But I will follow this sandy trail here instead. They also recommend you, or not recommend you, they tell you to stay on the trail because they have some rare birds living out here, and they don't want you to, you know, go out and ruin the life for these birds, right? And these cliffs here are in contrast. I mean, compare it to the sand. The sand is white. This is totally black. It's not even brown, it's black. Unbelievably cool. And right here you have a nesting ground for these very rare shearwaters. Up in the sand here, they actually dig out all these holes you can see here. So if you walk on the sand, you could actually ruin the nest and kill birds, and that is not nice. So stay away from this, just follow the trail. This is really cool. Wow, take a look at this rock formation here. This rusty brown rock, right? Let me just go to the end here. We have some people up there. That's also an interesting formation. You can actually walk up there. And take a look at this bay here. What a nice bay. And the water, of course, totally clear. You can go out, you can do snorkeling like these kids are doing out there. I mean, they have these boards. Maybe they just do swimming. There are more kids here, and it's also safe to be in this bay. If you go outside here, wow, that's crazy. And I think I will follow. I think the trail goes here all the way up to the edge here, so let's do that. Very, very interesting. And you see the beach in the background where I came from. This one is just 5 minutes of walking and you have all this. It can't be better, and the temperature is very, very warm. An absolute perfect place. It's like one of the best places here in Lanai, I'm sure. And also, if you look up behind me, up here we have clouds, right? But we turn around and we look out, all the clouds will basically start going away right here. So when you go out here, just sunshine. The typical Hawaiian style, right? Clouds over the volcano and sunshine by the water. Very cool. This is very interesting. Look at that. That must be 120 something feet straight up in the air. And when you're up there, you need to be careful. Stay away from the edge, right? Because if you go down here, that's going to hurt, right? And the rock here is it's not solid. I mean, in one way it is, but not super solid, so I wouldn't trust the edge here. It could actually go down any minute. I made it up to the top, looking back down at this other little beach here. And if I understand this correctly here, the rock formation we see down here is the one they call Sweetheart Rock. And I think they said it was like 125 feet above the ocean. Wow, scary. But look at that. Look at the water between. This clear green water. And I don't think people are allowed to climb on that rock. It's some kind of bird sanctuary, I believe. Or maybe the whole area here is protected, but definitely this one, I think. And somebody built something on top there. It looks like some kind of little sea temple, maybe. Maybe you can see that. Wow, it's a magnificent view here. And if we would continue, I'm not going to do that, but if we continued here, you know, a few hundred yards, you would actually see the little small boat harbor they have down there. And all I can do now is enjoy these yellow flowers growing all over the place here before I'm going down. And you have plenty of them up here. So I think I'm done. Time to go back and find some other interesting area. And I'll let this be the final view here of this incredible bay they have down there. I'm up on the northwestern corner of Lanai right now, and the road is going down to the ocean here. But because of the rain now, this road is almost gone for now. I mean, you can go a couple of 100 yards here, but after that it kind of stops for now until they fix it. So right now I can be here, and this is very interesting. This is like being on a different planet here. So, Garden of the Gods. And by the way, there is another Garden of the Gods up in Colorado Springs, but it's completely different than this one. Look at this. You could actually make some kind of space movie up here. And every time the sun is out, you have these long shadows here because it's late afternoon. Let's take a look here. Look at all these rocks, round rocks here, and the land is completely dry. Wow, this is very cool actually. Wow, look at this. How interesting, right? I mean, it's basically sand and big rocks. I mean, kind of like Joshua Tree in some ways in Southern California, right? That's another place that is very wild like this. And in between the rocks, you find some small vegetation here. And I don't know what it is though, but I can just enjoy it. Wow, look at the view here. Incredible view. I'm looking back towards the little road, the dirt road. And we are looking at the parking lot here, and we can continue to walk here even though we have the sun right in the face here, but let's try to do it anyway. And if you look down there, you see nothing but sand, these sandy hills, and on top of these hills you have all these boulders or big rocks. I mean, you have thousands of them. That's pretty cool. And you agree, I mean, a day like this, I mean, the view is just incredible. Who knew, right? Wow. Yeah, you need to have some luck when you're out, because otherwise it can be a messed up trip. And this valley here just continues down here, and it gets crazier and crazier. So let me go out here. And some parts are kind of yellowish, if you look very carefully. And these small bushes here, they are just hugging these rocks here. They are hiding like right in between. Here's another one. It also has some moss. Yeah, some moss right there. Wow. So it is a very cool and spooky place. And I bet we'll see. Maybe I hang out here until the stars come out, and you should have a fantastic Milky Way view here. That's just my guess here. Wow, look at this. It can go down any minute. Or here's another one. Well, it's really a unique place. Wow. It looks like every Hawaiian island here have some kind of dry area, because the wind is normally coming from the northeast, I guess, and this is kind of the, let's call it the quiet side. It's the same if you go to Molokai. The west side is completely dry. Oahu is the same thing, and so on and so on. Well, we have seen most of this area now, and I just noticed one thing. If you look at the base, kind of down there on this rock here, you see this moss, and it's kind of dark yellow with red or some mustard color on it, and it looks like every rock here has that. For instance, we have two here. Have the same type of moss. It could be unique, maybe, for this island. A lot of things could be unique here, right? And this one has a lot, and this one also, and so on and so on. And they are pretty big, and it's kind of amazing to see. On top of flat sand, you have these round, almost round boulders here. That is pretty cool. So, I think I will try to go down maybe a few more 100 yards and check that out before we call it a day here. I drove another 2 minutes, and look at this. What a crazy cool landscape, right? Thousands of rocks all over the place. And they are just sitting on top of the sand here. Wow. These are a little bit smaller, at least here. And in the background you see bigger ones. And you could actually trick people and say, well, I went to the moon here, and this is how it looks like. Or maybe Mars, because of the red color we have here. And wow, you see here, suddenly we have some gray stuff in the middle coming up here. What is this about? Take a look at this thing here. Little mini volcano here. It's actually purple. Purple and gray almost. Same here. Definitely purple. What a cool place. That's all I can say. Totally unique, right? And you can only find it here. So you have a lot of things here on this island. You have everything from the beach to these wide open areas to, you know, interesting older buildings. You have the Dole Park, and you have this Martian landscape, and so on and so on. So you can actually have a lot of fun here. Look at this. How fun. Wow. Totally dry. I will go up here and do one complete circle. Let's start right here. We have some vegetation over there, and I came down on the little road here, and if you continue a few miles you will eventually come down to the ocean, but I'm not going to do that today. All right, that's a full circle. And here we have a last look of this incredibly interesting area. And I'm sure you agree. Wow, I don't know what to say. It's just very, very unique and cool. And nobody is here except me. So, the conclusion, the day was perfect. That's all I can say. Ciao, guys.